right, guys, welcome back to another segment. This time around, we are going to be dealing on Chelsea. And dealing on Chelsea, we are going to be talking about the latest transfer rumors and speculations. Well, concerning Emiliano Martinez, like I told you guys, that was purely rumored information. You understand? It was a pure rumor. But as rumor, there always be.
Yeah.
You might be thinking that Chelsea does not need a new goalkeeper. Don't forget that Petrovic did not join Chelsea to the Club World Cup because of he wants to be the number one without competing. You understand? So Chelsea might still look at that position. You understand? Chelsea might still look at that position. All right. Somebody was asking, will there be second leg in the Club World Cup? Like if you play Benfica on Saturday, let's say we play 0-0 or they win us, will there be a second leg or this thing? Please, can you tell them?
Is there second leg in World Cup? Is there second leg in World Cup? No, you have to ask that question. But let me answer your question. No, there will be no second leg in the FIFA Club World Cup. Because it's a tournament that is hosted by a country, by a nation. So when you see any tournament where you see home and away matches, is if the people playing home, they play away in their next game. That is where you see those tournaments. Like Champions League, you see home and away. But this is a tournament hosted by one country. So every of the matches are being played in the country. So there's no home or away game. There's no return leg. So everything are 1-1.
So if Chelsea lose on Saturday, we lose out.
We are going home.
We are going home. You understand? So there's no second leg. All right. I read something online. I saw this via Chelsea Dodgers. They say that Joao Felix offered to clubs in Saudi Arabia. Clubs in Saudi are believed to be monitoring Felix availability. Do you think Felix will join a Saudi Arabia club? Is that what this young lad need right now?
Well, I still think that if Felix brings his head down, we've always talked about his talent and potential. The guy if his talent, he has it. But Felix is far from what we expected from him.
Yeah.
If he can bring his head down, if he can come back to therapy, I believe that guy needs therapy. If he comes back to his normal self, he can still compete for the biggest teams in Europe. But as it is now, people who keep saying Chelsea should bring back Felix. We should try and bring back Felix. It's just funny because at the end of the day, look at the transfer market now. How many European clubs are actively coming for Felix?
That are coming to buy him outright.
To buy him. The other day we heard, before we are hearing Benfica was coming, but after a while
Benfica was even coming for loan.
You see? So at the end of the day, you can see that the interest is low. So what does that tell you? That guy has depreciated. Because I believe that there are teams that will they can easily pick this guy. See, Felix can do well in Newcastle. Felix can do well in a team like Tottenham. Felix can do well in a team like, let's say, Inter Milan. You understand? But
he can still do well in a team like AC Milan, but why didn't he do well?
So that is what I want people to recognize. Some of you are Felix fans. Because no big club, no top club is ready to retain him or keep him. They are not convinced with him. So that should tell you that if Felix is not going to do well, or if big clubs don't want Felix, is it Chelsea that is going to do well? Because most people are asking, give Felix a chance, give him a chance, give him a chance. My brother, as it is now, anybody will mess up. Replacement is waiting for you. The club will move on. We have somebody like Felix, but yet you're looking for another attacking midfielder.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah. Come on. So, Saudi Arabia is not bad. He can go. Felix, I think 25 to 26 years, if I'm not mistaken. If he goes there, play 2 to 3 years, come back to Europe before he retires. I wish him all the best.
All right. Still on Dodgers, they saw this. They see that Andrey Santos is attracting significant interest. He has struggled for minutes in the CWC despite making his Chelsea debut as a sub against AS Tunis, Chelsea would ideally want to keep him as a squad player, but he could push for an exit. I know we discussed this thing the other day.
That is the
If
problem.
they don't give him that time, that space.
Well, but the thing is, I would only indulge Maresca to play the guy. The reason why I'm saying you should play him, because in Chelsea, no matter who you think you are, you must compete. You must compete for first team position.
Yeah.
And if you feel like you can't compete, you're a big player, you're not supposed to be competing, you're supposed to be in the first team, there's no problem. I like Santos, and I want to really see how this guy will perform in Chelsea. But just like I said, Maresca should give him playing time so we all can see as well if this guy will be fit for Chelsea. But if you don't play the guy, how then do we know if he's fit enough to play for a team like Chelsea? You understand?
Yeah.
But if anything happens and Santos doesn't get playing time at Chelsea, definitely he will leave. Definitely he will leave Chelsea because he is a big player already. He's already putting out his name out in world football, in global football, and teams are already interested in him and he wants to play first team football. So he's not coming to Chelsea to bench. He's coming to Chelsea to compete, to take over people's positions.
Yeah.
You understand? So for me, first of all, this goes out to Maresca. You give the guy playing time. I don't know why I have this confidence and faith in him. Sometimes don't be scared to start him in matches. Start him. If he's not doing well, you can change him. Then we all can unanimously agree that he's not performing well. You understand? But if you don't play him, we cannot know. And we cannot, judge you right by, not playing him. So I'd like to see Santos at Chelsea.
Okay, but in case the young lad look at the way things are going
Definitely.
and decide to push for an exit, will you blame him?
I won't blame him. I won't blame him at all. It's the same thing that is happening to, Petrovic.
Exactly. That's the angle I want to go.
In as much as people hit on Petrovic for not coming to compete. Yes, that's aside. But let's say at the end of the day, Petrovic plays in the Club World Cup, or he comes to the Club World Cup, or he competes with Sanchez and Jorgensen, and at the end of the day, he becomes second choice or third choice. As a first choice goalkeeper at Strasbourg, who did very well, he will want to seek for an exit, and you cannot blame him. You can't blame him. You can't blame any player who wants to play regular first team football.
Exactly.
They just have to make the right decisions. But even in that big club, if you play well, if you are doing extremely well, if you are doing outstandingly well, there is no way you will not bench even the number one man
It's true.
in the squad.
It's true. Well, pushing forward, we heard that the likes of Mike Pendant, Philip Jorgensen, Kendry Pierce, Matisse Amogo, and Aaron Asimino, Asimino will likely go on loan to Strasbourg.
See, Strasbourg should be appreciating us.
Already they wait for players who could come from Chelsea.
They give them players.
Who could help them.
And you know what is funny? Their fans last season was, they were having some kind of protest and
that
say
early stage.
they should remove Chelsea away from them. Here was Strasbourg before Chelsea took over them. Here was Strasbourg. But now they are competing to play. Is it not a Europa League they are going to now? They'll go to Europa League, definitely. They are almost qualified for the Champions League. So it's crazy. We are giving them top players. We still have players there. I remember this guy, Emmanuel Emega, that is in Strasbourg.
Yeah.
So Chelsea are distributing players for them. I believe that it will help the players for them to develop. I would have loved a player like Tarek George to also go for a loan. I know most people will not like what I just said now, but that's just the truth. You understand? Because if you sign a left winger and you sign another attacking midfielder, they will be switching. Remember, Madueke plays the left wing for us at some point. So it will be hard for George to get playing time. He needs to have playing time to develop. He will not develop on the bench. He won't. You need to give him playing time for him to develop. Amongst the others, Kendry Pierce, he needs more development. He's still young. I believe that boy can be able to break into Chelsea first team in the next 2 years. So he needs to play often for development.
And also, they say that Chelsea are still exploring the option of signing 2 more attackers. Please, before they sign, they should finalize Gittins' deal.
I get in part of the attackers now.
2 more attackers, maybe
Excluding-
excluding Gittins, because I'm hearing the likes of Joao Pedro and Hugo Ekitike. Well, let's see how everything plays out. But there was one rumor that came out, though I don't know whether I really emphasize on it or really emphasize on it. But let me just bring it. This Garnacho swap for Christopher Nkunku. Hi, Siam. Garnacho for Nkunku or Nkunku for Garnacho.
This is funny. You know why it's funny? Because on the norms, Chelsea fans, they will just throw away Nkunku based on what they've seen towards last season. And most Chelsea fans...
The way you talk about Nkunku is just like he's just bad.
Every day I speak about Nkunku on this show, I feel very bad. Because if you talk about a player that I like or that I loved from Leipzig, was Christopher Nkunku. And a player that I had high hopes for. So watching him not performing at Chelsea, it breaks my heart every day. Although this is the last game we just watched against Tunis, I saw some, he was trying to bring himself into the game to show Chelsea fans that don't worry, I still have something. I still have something inside me.
But swapping Nkunku for Garnacho, or be
Chelsea
Garnacho
fans don't want Garnacho, but Chelsea fans would want to do away with Nkunku. So what do we do? Most Chelsea fans don't want most. I don't know whether because
most Chelsea fans are looking at the angle of, okay, Mayu form is bad.
Yes.
And Garnacho was involved in this form being bad. And also they are looking at Garnacho being that player that if we sign her now, is he ready to improve? There was one season that Garnacho was balling.
Yeah. Sure.
He was balling. He was one of their key man that time. But last season, Garnacho was off track.
Well, the thing is that Garnacho is not a bad player. We've all seen it. He has talent, but
talent is not enough.
It's not enough. He has to really work on himself. And I believe that we can get somebody
this
better.
Talent of it is just like when they talk about Messi. They will say, Messi is gifted, he's talented. But let me tell you guys, I'm not a Messi fan, I'm not a Ronaldo fan. I'm more of a neutral guy that love Eden Hazard. Talent, if Messi was dealing on where I get the talent, I get everything, I get them.
Yeah.
If he did not work on it,
he would have gotten to where
he wouldn't have gotten to this level. Eden Hazard got the talent. But when he failed to the work on him, see the time when they retire from football.
Yeah.
Though everybody body different. You understand? So you might have the talent, but just Joao Felix have the talent, but he's not putting in effort. He's not putting in work.
Improve.
You have to improve inside your talent where you get. Let me say I get talent as I be play ball, as I be dribble 1 or 2. You feel sabi dribble, I feel get hard work for the football. I feel they train every morning. Get some things where I go get ahead of you. Get
Exactly.
talent.
Exactly.
So my dear.
But do we feel like we should give Nkunku another season?
Nkunku another season. Christopher Nkunku for another season. I'm not trying to downplay his abilities, but the truth about the matter is that everything boils down to the coach.
Yes. Yeah.
See, forget the fact that you are trying to rigmarole Maresca on this platform and try to make things calm for him, you understand? But Maresca has played a huge role in some of those players' form.
Okay.
You see, Christopher Nkunku, I can remember vividly when you yourself, you gave him that praise under Pochettino. The few times he comes that is available, we'll see it and we'll be like, this is the man. And we'll be like, why can't they bench Jackson? To the point, we are angry that Maresca doesn't bench Jackson for Nkunku. That was how good Chelsea fans think Nkunku was. And when Nkunku come up, he started playing from the left flank. And this guy, on different bases, which we have heard, via rumor that he said that he likes playing at the back of the striker. And you know that you cannot drop Palmer for him to play there.
So what is the argument? What is the argument? It's not Maresca's fault. Because if you cannot drop Palmer for Nkunku, and you obviously have to play Nkunku, where else do you play him?
But when you played Nkunku, our previous, do you know that Nkunku played in his natural position?
He played that 10, right?
Played that 10, and there was something you said about him.
I saw his input. I saw some abilities that he put out there. But that is why, if you watch, I'm thinking towards Chelsea give him another chance.
Okay.
But if Chelsea is seeking to give Nkunku another chance, they will not sign. They should not sign an attacking midfielder again. I don't think it's necessary.
Because we don't even know if Joao Felix will be leaving.
Yeah. Apart from that, whether Felix leaves or not, it's not good to overload your squad. You just have players sitting on the bench and
not playing.
Yeah. So we've seen that Palmer is having issues. We pray that whatever issues that he's having will not enter next season. But anyhow it is, Palmer needs competition.